listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, here we go.
All right, thank you so much, Lexi. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode 26.8. And it's all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manio. We love ourselves some Kelly's Automotive in Manio. Hey, as you all know, if it has doors, it can be yours at Kelly Automotive. Again, he's got vehicles for all makes and models of people. He really does. That's a true story. And if he doesn't have what you're looking for, you can ask him, hey, look, Kelly, I'm looking for the 2018 Mazda 626 with a Hemi. Now, pretty solid chance he's not going to find something of that nature, but he can try to find you something close to it. I mean, a Mazda 626 with a Hemi, it doesn't exist. That's why I said that. But you get what I'm saying. If he can find it, he's going to find it, and he's going to wrap you in said vehicle. He can also do it with a shed. He can do it with a work vehicle if you're looking for that one thing that's going to help you enhance your business opportunities. He's an opportunity provider. That's Kelly at Kelly's Automotive in Manio. Check him out online at kellysobxauto.com. And, of course, there's always our dear friends that help power this vessel over at Outer Banks Pest Control. Was over there the other day, and they're in Manio too. They're maybe like a quarter mile or so from Kelly Automotive. And I know I've said this before, but a fun fact about them is Kelly and Jesse are husband and wife, the dynamic duo of Manio and the Outer Banks. Love them so much. But Jesse, again, one of the sweetest people you ever meet in your life, but she is tough on those varmints. Check them out online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. They would be happy to come and take a look at your property, whether it's your home, your office, whatever, and look around, see what they can do to help service your residence, office, whatever, like I just said. So, again, online, outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. Hey, it is March. Time marches on. That's what I'm going to call the title of this podcast. Time marches on, because we have made it to March. We're counting the days to spring, y'all. I'm telling you, spring cannot get here fast enough. I am done with the cold. And I honestly, in a lot of ways, I try to be the one that kind of embraces the cold weather. I try to just kind of, hey, look, you know, I love my seasons, and I do. But, gosh, I don't know what it was about this past winter. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older. I mean, I'm pretty old. I'm 41. I'll be 42 this year. I'm getting up there in age. I don't know if that's the reason, but I'm done. I want some warm weather. I want some smiling faces, because it seems like people, in a lot of ways, they walk around with like gloomy looks. I don't mean that. I'm not trying to sound negative or anything, but that's just how it is sometimes. With that being said, ready for it to warm up. And this week specifically, looks like we're on a warming trend. Now, I know what you're thinking. March. Man, March is that time of the year on the Outer Banks where it's kind of a transition time for Mother Nature to get from winter to spring. That's how it feels most of the time, in all honesty. March has provided some pretty interesting weather in history. Like, historically, you see some interesting weather in March. I think we've seen some interesting weather all winter, personally. Well, we'll see. I pray against anything that is going to inhibit the spring from getting here, from businesses to opening, from people coming to see us. Because, hey, look, I miss you guys. All right, those of you that are listening in other places, I miss you guys. It's been a good winter. Don't get it twisted. It's been cold, but it's not been too bad. But at the same time, I know that some of you are waiting for that warmer weather. You're waiting for things to open back up more than what there already are. So I miss you guys, and I'm hoping that soon enough you can come down and visit and enjoy yourselves. And if there's a way, like I've told you, if there's a way I can help you enjoy yourself, Justin at outerbanksthisweek.com. You can email me, or you can call me and leave me a message, 252-216-2797. That is the Outer Banks This Week hotline, and it's also the Captain Marty hotline. So you're going to get either one. But yes, 252-216-2797 hits us directly here at Outer Banks This Week in the podcast. So keep that in mind. I'm excited. Very excited for things to start warming up. Speaking of excited, there's something that I'm really excited about. I'm going to be doing a podcast about it. It's its own standalone this week, so be listening for it. Opening day for Bonzer Shack. Bonzer Shack on the Beach Road. Their opening day is this coming Friday. What is it? March the 6th. I don't even have my calendar right in front of me. Whatever this coming Friday is. Where is it? Yeah, March 6th. I was right. They're opening for the season. Got some new owners. We got Mr. J and Mr. Travis. Y'all have heard Mr. Travis on the podcast before. Mr. Travis came on last year and talked about bar etiquette. All right, now he and Mr. J have branched out, and they are now the proud owners and operators of Bonzer Shack. So I'm going to be talking with them, and that's going to come out on Thursday. I'm going to get this podcast out on Wednesday. Today's Monday, by the way, that I'm recording this, and it's cold outside, by the way. And it's going to come out on Thursday, so that way you can hear all about what's going to happen on Friday when you go visit them at Bonzer Shack on the beach road in Kill Devil Hills. So stay tuned for that. Really excited about doing some work with those guys this summer. It's going to be a great year doing things at Bonzer Shack. So I'm probably going to end up out there quite frequently, to be honest. But again, other things are opening this year, are coming out, going to be opening soon. Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen, that one, they're opening for lunch starting on March 10th, okay? And I'll talk more about this stuff in a little bit, but I'm just looking forward to the blossoming of spring. Looking forward to the reopening of places like Bass Knight's Lone Cedar on the Manio Nags Head Causeway. You know, I think they open on the 12th. I think they open for like Taste of the Beach weekend, which I'll talk about in a little bit, but really looking forward to what is to come this year. I think 2026 is going to be a great year on the Outer Banks. I think that there's going to be a lot of different events and parties that you're going to want to partake in. I'm hoping that I can be a part of those things. That's the thing. I want to be out there with you. I want to do these things with you guys. You hear me talking about them? I want to do them with you. That's part of my whole thing, is doing as much as I can with the group and with the community to help promote all these different places and what makes this place so very special. All right, yeah, I'm trying to think about anything that's really just jumping out of my mind right now that we need to talk about, and it's not there. It's not there. I want to shout out to all of those businesses that have braved the winter and stayed open and have done some fun things. Like one place, McGrath's Burger Shack. Man, McGrath's has been open all winter, and they've done a lot of fun things. They just did a benefit, a chili cook-off, which you've heard me talk about, for the Dare Education Foundation. Just did that one this past Sunday. Great group. I think they raised almost $1,000 for the Dare Education Foundation. It was definitely a super cool thing that they did, man. They've been some great people. I want to shout out to Jack Brown's. Right, Mr. Jordan over there at Jack Brown's, man. They did this they're doing a locals night right now and a trivia night on Monday nights. I went over there and took the wife and the kids, man. We had a blast. We lost miserably, but we had a blast. You know, so those of you, Jolly Rogers, I mean, there's so many different places that stayed open all winter just to give us all things to do. You know, and I'm very grateful for them. You know, I'm not taking away from those that, close up. That's okay. That's okay. But I just want to give a quick shout out to those that gave us things to do this winter. And we're greatly appreciative of those types of atmospheres, the 12 bars. I mean, there's just so many different things that have happened this off season. But you know what? We're getting geared up for summer. So that means it's time. What my man Bodie say in the movie Point Break? The little hand says it's time to rock and roll. So don't freeze, though. You know, he kicks in the bank door after that and says, everybody freeze. No, don't do that. Make moves to the Outer Banks. Quick break. When we come back, we're going to jump into some events, some things that are coming up in the near future, like Bonzer Shack reopening, like Taste of the Beach, like the Blackbeard 100. So many things coming up in the month of March that you're not going to want to miss me talk. Well, you're not going to want to miss. We'll say it that way. You don't want to miss these things that are coming up in the month of March. So stick around. We'll be right back.
The North Carolina Aquarium on Roanoke Island has inspired appreciation and conservation on the Outer Banks since 1976. In 2026, join us to celebrate 50 years of joy, discovery, and connections with our aquatic world. Visit rescued sea turtle patients at the Star Center. Look a sand tiger shark in the eye at the Graveyard of the Atlantic Habitat. Stroll the Pollinator Garden, enjoy views of the Croatan Sound, and plan your visit at ncaquariums.com, where learning and wonder meet for all.
Insurance is complicated, but it really doesn't have to be. Dare County Farm Bureau has been serving the Outer Banks for over 60 years. What you will find at Dare County Farm Bureau is an insurance agent relationship with Mark Tillett, June Jordan, Joel Gretsch, Jeremy Tillett, Ryan Mills, and myself, Clint Godwin. Give us a call today at 252-473-2119 or try us online at ncfb.com. At Dare County Farm Bureau, we're always here for our friends and neighbors. Helping you is what we do best.
Man, that Clint Godwin, he is something else. Now, yeah, he's got Farm Bureau in Manio. He's working out of that office, but he also has a company called Sportfisher Bevco. It's brand spanking new, and you can get any of his Sportfisher drinks. They're comparable to like a Celsius or a Fit Aid if you're familiar with them, but he's got them in various locations right now. I believe Wanchese Marina, they're there. They're at Pirates Cove in Manio, of course. They're at Oceans East in the Oceans East Tackle Shop that's located within the Oregon Fishing Center. He's starting to get them out there in a lot of different places. So if you see Sportfisher Bevco, you got Honey Hole, you've got, Gale Force. You've got a couple different flavors there. I prefer the Honey Hole because it's like a Scuppernong grape. I may have to sip on one here in just a few minutes. But yes, Sportfisher Bevco coming to you courtesy of Clint Godwin. Love that guy. I'm telling you, he's Clint Godwin. Dude, I love you, bro. You've been so good for me. Like, just when I start feeling like any sort of inspiration, I hear Clint Godwin in my ear going, "Get some, super stud, get some." So anyway, all right, let me get off of that one. Events, things going on here in the month of March. And again, there's a lot of things. You can find all these events that I'm going to mention online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Let's take a look. We've got trivia nights. We've got live music. We've got so many different things taking place. You got trivia night at Lost Colony Tavern this Wednesday, 6 o'clock. You got trivia night at McGrath's Burger Shack. That's a good one. And you also got trivia night at Buffalo City Distillery at 6. All of those starting at 6 o'clock. And of course, there's also the Cape Hatteras Anglers Club. They're having a bingo night this coming Wednesday. Or actually, it'll be tonight, I guess I should say, because I'm putting this out on a Wednesday. 6 o'clock. Down there in Buxton. That is going to be on Lighthouse Road, it looks like. So, all right, moving on into some other things. And we got trivia nights going on at the Brewing Station on Thursday night. What in the world's going on here? I am seeing, oh gosh, I know Jolly Roger's got a bunch of stuff going on. They're getting ready for Taste of the Beach, which I'll talk more about that in a little bit. But looking at some live music going on at the Froggy Dog from 5:30 to 8:30 with Miss Kim. That's down in Avon. Bring your own vinyl night. That's happening at Stormy C's Bottle Shop starting at 6 o'clock on Friday, March 6th, this coming Friday. Let's see. Other things that are taking place. We've got a lot of different stuff coming up this Saturday. Oh, what's going on this weekend? The Hatteras Village Waterfowl Festival. That's taking place down in Hatteras Village. Let's read a little bit more about this one. Ooh, yeah. They're doing a Fin and Feather and Bourbon event on Friday night, March 6th. Yeah, and then on the 7th, this is all going to be, where is this taking place? Where are we going? When? Where? Hatteras Village. Okay. The address, it looks like it's going to be at the Hatteras Village Civic Center, if I had to guess. Anyway, there's more details on our website at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. You can look at it all right there. We've got Music Bingo. We've got Singo. We've got the Jolly Rogers got some things going on. We've got the Walking Dolphins. The Walking Dolphins. This is this coming Saturday, March 7th, starting at 9 o'clock at night. This is at Jack Brown's. It's $5 cover, 21 and up. The full band of the Walking Dolphins. I'm not familiar with this group. I'm going to have to inquire a little further. Lots and lots to take in. Oh, by the way, so Phil Watson, he's going to be playing at Buffalo City Distillery from 2 to 5 on Sunday, March 8th. Phil he's all over the place. Phil Watson's a great dude. He is all over the place, and he is just playing great musician. If you get a chance to hear Phil, he's like Graham Alton to me. He's like Jeremy Russell. He's like Johnny Waters. He's in that category of those performers. He's like in the same category as like Ty Fleming and all them. So if you get a chance to hear Phil, definitely take advantage. Fantastic guy, fantastic entertainer. Let's see here. Going on into next week. So next Tuesday, March 10th, I'm going to be back down at Oceana's Bistro doing trivia again. Man, do we have ourselves a good time down there. If you get an opportunity to come down and do trivia at Oceana's Bistro, if you're on Hatteras Island, come down, going into Avon, 6 o'clock's when we start. Man, we have a blast. Everybody in there is having a good time. There's also, let's see, Taste of the Beach. Let's fast forward to that. I keep talking about it. Taste of the Beach starts Friday, March 13th. Okay. And you have an array of different places that are participating. You've got Taste of the Beach. What is this? It's Simply Southern Kitchen. You also have other things going on. It's like St. Patrick's Day weekend, too, which makes it even more fun. You have things going on at Dirty Dick's Crab House, it looks like. There's also some things going on at 1903 Bar and Kitchen. There's things going on at there's a supper club type thing going on at, where is that? Goodwin's? Yeah, Goodwin's down in Rodanthe. Yeah, Goodwin's in Rodanthe. Then you've got Shamrocks and Scallywags. That's going on at the Jolly Roger. That's opening weekend for Lone Cedar as well. So Lone Cedar will be open. They'll be part of Taste of the Beach. And just so you know, Taste of the Beach we're going to talk more about that. I'm doing a recording with Miss Andrea of the Jolly Roger. She's a president of the Restaurant Association. I'm doing a podcast with her next week to promote Taste of the Beach. So make sure you listen to that because she's going to go through all of the Taste of the Beach type activities. And it is a huge, huge weekend. Definitely a weekend you're not going to want to miss. You're going to want to be a part of Taste of the Beach and go and enjoy all the different things surrounding that. Coming up, Outer Banks Sporting Events has got the running of the Leprechauns 5K. That's going to be on Saturday, March 14th, starting at 8 a.m. Let's see here. Where does it start? The Nags Head Soccer Complex on Satterfield Landing in Nags Head. That's where it's going to start. Let's see here. Come run with the Leprechauns and receive an awesome t-shirt and cool medal. Enjoy an authentic Irish party with stew, beer, and music. This fun and festive 5 and 10K event have kicked off our annual lineup since 2017. Yeah, so you're going to pick up all your registration. Athlete check is going to be at Swelza. So let me take that back. You're going to check in at Swelza Brewing on Friday, March 14th or March 13th from 4 to 7. Then you're going to the next morning, you're going to line up starting at 7 a.m. at the Satterfield Park in Nags Head, okay? At 8 a.m. the 10K starts, 8:05 the 5K starts. Post-race party starts at 9. If you're running that fast, you're doing pretty good. If you're running a 10K in an hour, I don't know that I could run a 10K in a day. But hey, go to OBXSE.com for more details on that race. Oh, gosh. Looking on in, there's still more Taste of the Beach stuff going on all weekend long. And again, I said we're going to talk more about that going on. But hey, we also have the annual St. Patrick's Day Parade happening Sunday, March 15th. That's always a lot of fun. Who doesn't love going to the St. Patrick's Day Parade? It's always been fun. I've been in it 1 or 2 times. It's fun to be in it. It's fun to watch. Sometimes I just prefer to look. You know, when you're in it, you don't get to see everything, really. You can walk up and down the parade route while you're waiting to start. But I would just prefer to just watch in a lot of ways. And then some people throw me candy. And then if I see somebody I don't like, I just launch candy at their face when they're riding by. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Bad idea. Don't do that. Forget I said that. Okay. Yeah. So there's so many different things. Spring is about to spring wide open around here. And I couldn't be more excited. March, again, can be interesting weather month. There can be a lot of different things that go along with March that it can be interesting. But I am excited for what March is going to bring because it's looking like things are going to reopen. You know, there's spring is in the air. Easter's coming up. It's like the first or second weekend in April. We're not going to talk about that yet. But then there's the Blackbeard 100 miler, and that's coming up here in a few weeks. Let me just touch on that real quick. That's coming up on the weekend of the 21st and the 22nd of March. So that it starts on the 21st and ends on the 22nd, I believe. I'm going to get some more information on that. So I'm a little bit more clear on how that works. I'm actually going to set up shop probably that Sunday down at the Rec Tiki Bar. That's the end of the route. And I'm going to try and catch some runners as they're coming across the finish line. So that's kind of the goal. That's the goal for me, and just trying to talk and help promote that event. Of course, the Rec, Joel and Jess down there, they're fantastic folks. So always a good time when you get to spend it with them. But anyway, that's pretty much all I'm working with. If you got anything you want me to talk about, Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. If you have any comments, concerns, questions, Justin at OuterBanksThisWeek.com, or call 252-216-2797. Leave me a message, and I'm happy to talk about whatever it is you feel I need to talk about. As long as it's not like controversial, you're asking me like political questions or wanting to start arguments with people in the community. You save that for somebody else. Save the drama for yo mama and save all the partying for Justin here at Outer Banks this week. That's right, baby. All right, I'm going to rock and roll on out of here. I'll be back again. Don't forget to be listening. Coming out in the next day or so, podcast about the Bonzer Shack reopening. That's going to be a lot of fun. You're not going to want to miss that podcast. But the Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode 26.8, all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manio and online at kellysobxauto.com. And it's all powered by Outer Banks Pest Control and online at outerbanks-pestcontrol.com. All right, love you guys. See y'all real soon. Good Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, y'all. Take care now. Bye-bye.
This has been another epic edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Follow us on social media and be sure to listen every Thursday for a new episode.